Hello everybody, this is Gregory with How I Lost Over 100 Pounds and have kept it off for 30 plus years, where there should be no hesitancy in your weight loss and maintenance. Today we're going to talk about 9 healthy fatty foods that you should try to incorporate into your diet. Now before we begin, if you need help with weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out my 2 books, and lastly, if you appreciate my content, there's a link for PayPal. Now, we talked about it recently about Ancel Keys and the mindset that he inculcated into America about 50, 60 years ago about that fat is bad, fat is what leads to coronary artery disease and heart attacks and strokes, and that we should instead turn to corn-based products, carbs, and sugars. And so you saw in the 70s and 80s this revolution of fat-free everything. No, the body needs fat for a variety of reasons. And so we need to get out of this mindset that fat makes us fat. Now, certainly there are unhealthy fats. For example, trans fats are not a healthy fat. We should really try to avoid those. And those are mostly found in fried foods. And there are in some hidden ingredients like partially hydrogenated vegetable oil, which you'll find in peanut butter, low-grade peanut butter. That is essentially trans fat, so you want to avoid that. But we want to eat fats, and fats fill us up as well, and that's another benefit of it. A good example is a steak. It's very hard to finish a steak that's this big, but all of us have no problem eating and consuming 2 bags of cereals or a whole bag of chips because they don't really have that satiety there. But to eat a big steak is quite difficult, or a gigantic fish. So fat fills us up. Fat as a macronutrient is something that we need. Our brain needs it, our cells need it, our whole body needs it. And you see recently with the kind of trend going away from Ancel Keys, because we realized that what he said was wrong, that people are actually losing weight and getting better health by eating a diet that's actually high in fat and low in especially the simple carbohydrates. So what are some foods that we can eat that are high in fat that are actually pretty healthy because of their micronutrient levels? So macronutrients are fat, carbs, proteins. Micronutrients are going to be particular enzymes, particular vitamins, particular minerals, and so forth. So let's just get to it. No particular order. Avocado. We know avocado is healthy. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here on the benefits of avocado. It is a fruit, it's high in fiber, and it's high in fat. So to see that profile being also high in fat and fiber is relatively rare in the plant world, because typically things that are high in fat, like the animal products, don't have any fiber. And then the things that do have a lot of fiber are typically going to be plant-based sources. And as a whole, most plants don't have a lot of fat. So if you look at most plants, so we're looking at carrots and spinach and potatoes and most of the fruits and vegetables don't have a lot of fat and a lot of fiber. But avocado is great. You can make guacamole, avocado toast. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on how great it is. Number 2 is going to be dark chocolate. Dark chocolate, high percentage dark chocolate. We have an episode here on how I eat it every day. Try to get up to 80 to 90% because that means it has more of the cacao, more of the actual chocolate, and less of sugar. Whereas if you look at milk chocolate, it's not even cacao, it's cocoa processed, is the 3rd ingredient behind sugared milk. So milk chocolate is not even real chocolate. So you want to get dark chocolate where chocolate is the number 1 ingredient. So it has a lot of benefits to it, and I'll put a banner note as to the breakdown of exactly what you're getting in there, but a lot of antioxidants and again a lot of fiber. So you don't necessarily want to eat a whole Lindt dark chocolate bar a day because it does have a lot of calories, but you do want to have a nice serving of dark chocolate every day. What else? Eggs. Eggs are great. Eggs I like to call protein balls, especially if you eat them hard boiled. Just great. It's got choline, it's got vitamin D, it's all healthy fats, and it's going to have a good source of protein, and it's got no carbs. And I personally would be incorporating eggs every day. I like to brinner it, which is breakfast for dinner. I'd recommend you do that. What else? Fatty fishes. Fish is great as a whole. I know some of you might maybe do omega-3 fatty acid pills and so forth. I would say that most I wouldn't say most. I say there are certain profile of Americans who do need to take these pills because they're not getting these in their diet. But if you're one of those people, try to incorporate fish a couple of times a week. I mean, of course, there is tuna. The worry about tuna and mercury is it's over exaggerated. You have to be consuming a large amount of tuna to be worried about the mercury level. So yes, eat salmon. Even though it's a little more expensive, it's still cheaper than eating out. But get the salmon, get the mackerel, even halibut and trout, the kind of lower level fish. Try to incorporate fish, and preferably wild caught fish, which we've talked about before. What else? Nuts. I eat nuts every day. I love nuts. Understand like peanuts and cashews are actually legumes, but unless you have a sensitivity to those, it's okay to be eating those as well. But whether it be Brazil nuts, macadamia nuts, almonds, I like almonds that are kind of laced with turmeric. I really like those from the store. Again, you don't need to be eating a whole bag of them because they are very high in calories, and we still want to keep our calories, I wouldn't say low, depending on your physical exertion and things, but you want to keep them in check. But nuts are great. They have great macronutrient profile. Again, I would soak them and or eat them raw, because the roasted nuts that we get at the grocery store are doused and fried. They're cooked, again, in industrial grade vegetable oil, and you want to stay away from that. Chia seeds are great as well. Chia seeds are black little pellets essentially, and they can go into any food. I put them on my kids' yogurt bowl. I put them in smoothies. You can put them in salads. You can put them on eggs. You can put them on anything. And they have a good source of protein. For the serving size, they have a good source of protein mixed with a good amount of fiber as well. And they don't taste like anything, so they're a great thing to eat. Extra virgin olive oil is great. You can dip it in your bread. You can cook in it as long as you keep it at a low temperature. And it just tastes good. You think of the Mediterranean diet. One of the reasons why the Mediterranean diet is considered to be healthy is because they use a lot of vegetable oil. So I would definitely recommend you do that. Cheese. Cheese is a little controversial. I wouldn't say that I would be eating a lot of cheese, because I would say that the typical American consumes way too much dairy. But cheese in itself, especially the cheeses that are probiotic, that are fermented, eating it here and there is actually good for you. It is a good source of calcium and vitamin D and a good source of protein as well. But again, serving size, and don't overindulge. And the last thing I would say is full-fat Greek yogurt. Full-fat Greek yogurt is probiotic, the Greek yogurt part, so you are getting actual bacterial strands, which is important. We have an episode on the importance of the microbiome for your weight loss and weight maintenance. And you want to get full fat because full fat, it tastes better and it fills you up. So along with full-fat Greek yogurt and kind of along with cheese, an ancillary to that would be milk. So if you're going to be drinking cow's milk, which you don't have to, but if you're going to be drinking cow's milk, get full-fat milk. Now with the Greek yogurt, a lot of people buy the flavored yogurt, but the flavored yogurt's got like 20 grams of sugars, guys. It's just, no. Buy full-fat Greek yogurt and then cut up your blueberries, those low glycemic fruits. Cut up your berries, maybe put a little drizzle of honey, put in your chia seeds, a lot of cinnamon if you want a natural spice. And that's a way to eat it. So guys, these are just some suggestions that I would recommend incorporating into your diet. Post in the comments of other things that you would like, that you think are kind of like high fat foods. Certainly coconut based stuff you can put in there, but I just didn't include that because most people aren't drinking coconut milk or coconut in a can, for their Thai soups and so forth. Hit the notification, subscribe, and share button. Until next time, take care, God bless, and pray.